Being a lawyer in Nigeria, I've been in practice. I've worked under employment with other law firms, about 4 law firms before I stepped out to establish my own law firm. And, in my contract of employment, I'm not allowed to represent people. And then I am opportune to also go to court like every day, doing one case or the other. I witness people being brought from prison to court for minor offenses. I mean, somebody being accused of stealing something worth 10,000 naira. That is like less than $5. And the person is in prison for 10 years, sometimes 5 years, 2 years, 1 year because of this thing. And it is obvious that these people do not have the money to contract the service of a lawyer. If they do, probably they won't stay that long if they have to even go to prison at all. So I told myself that should I have the opportunity of starting a law firm of mine, I'm definitely going to incorporate the pro bono aspect of law practice into my practice. So in 2015, I started my law firm, Headfort Chambers. And, we were there struggling and all of that. Then in 2018, we decided to start the pro bono aspect of it, like I've always said, that I would love to go to prison and help people who cannot afford to contract the service of a lawyer, especially inmates that are being charged with very minor offenses or who are victims of police brutality, because this is very prominent here in Nigeria.
What about corruption, and how does that play into your ability to free some of these people, especially those who are on very frivolous charges, when you realize that with corruption, a lot of people want to be paid off?
Corruption is part of it, and poverty is also part of it. So we realize that why I say corruption is part of it is every criminal justice starts with the police. So when police arrest people, we realize that 50% of people in prison are poor people. Does it mean being poor is a crime? Does it mean only poor people commit crime? Absolutely no. So what I would say is a lot of rich people get to police station and they can pay their way off at the police station. So the police would not charge them to court. So you see more of poor people who cannot afford legal services in prison. So I attribute it to corruption. And another thing is poverty. People are extremely poor in Nigeria. And you see people who are living in very terrible condition. So, I mean, it is a cause that I'm so passionate about, because at the end of the day, when we even take people out of prison, we see the life, we take them home and we see where they call home. It's just like it is impossible not to commit crime, because they must feed, they must survive. And, so there are a lot of things that we can attribute all of this to.
Oluyemi, how many of the people you represent are women?
Up till now, we've helped about 175 persons out of prison, and we have just one female beneficiary. Oh. And this is so because I think the male gender are more of victim when it comes to police brutality in Nigeria. It's not like women are not victims, but our female prison are not like congested, and most of the time you have women being able to, probably family comes around and they're able to afford to get the service of a lawyer.
Oluyemi, how would you measure the success rate of your efforts? I think you mentioned that since 2018, when you started, you've managed to bring justice to over 135 people and the one woman.
For us, more of our success rate is cases that are dumped in the docket, in the court docket, people that are dumped in prison. Even the so-called complainant had forgotten that they made a complaint at some point or the other. Sometimes it's the police saying this person is a cultist without having any evidence. So I attribute that number to cases that has no basis, frivolous cases. At the end of the day, most of these guys were innocent. I think I had just one person on our team who was actually guilty of crime charged. And the complainants came to say, I'd forgiven you. All other persons were absolutely innocent.
You have such a young team, yourself included. You're only 31 years old from what I've read. How do you manage to keep your team so motivated to do what they do? Because the pay is so little.
Right now, we are 6 lawyers and we have 3 support staff. who are also women. The fact that I'm also leaving a legacy, I'm putting back, I'm going to be remembered for something good. It gives me that kind of satisfaction. And I can see my team as well, that they are all passionate about the work. I've seen people say, ma'am, the money is not good enough, but I love what I'm doing and the environment to do it as well. So, I mean, those are the things that keep us going. At the end of the day, I think that thing that binds us together is the teamwork. Nobody cares whether it's somebody is in court today and after court is going to a police station to get somebody out and is moving. And, it takes a lot of energy. And if you're not passionate about it, you're definitely going to break down. So I think the only thing that binds us together is the teamwork and the energy.